Hey everyone, here's how I used the Radial Symmetry tool to create this flower piece on Yuna's character. The Radial Symmetry tool is useful in creating repeating shapes that is evenly mirrored around the center point. To enable Radial Symmetry, open the Transform menu, activate Symmetry, and click on the R button. You can choose between the X, Y, or Z axis, depending on where you want the center point mirrored. Use this guide to keep note of the direction your object is facing. And remember, you can add and subtract volume to create interesting shapes. If you add a cylinder on the y-axis, it can be formed like a lathe. If you go back to the options, you can adjust how many points gather around the center point. Right now it's at 8, and if I change it to say 16, there will be more angles coming from the middle. So to start the flower piece, I'm just going to add a plane, and subdivide it a few times, and delete the lower subdivisions. Then with the Mask tool and Radial Symmetry enabled, I change it to the Z-axis of the symmetry with a radial count of 5. It'll be useful to give yourself a guide, so with a paintbrush, I'll put the cursor in the middle, click down, hold Shift, move at the top when it says 0 angle, release Shift, and release the hold. Now with the Mask pen, I mask out the flower shape. Then click Ctrl-W to polygroup the mask. In the deformation menu, turn up the polish by groups just to smoothen the edges. Next, select the flower shape and delete hidden. Since it's not precisely symmetrical from the x-axis, select mirror and weld with the x-axis on. Now I'll just make it cleaner by zero meshing it down a few times. And then in the Dynamic Subdivision section, add Thickness Only, Apply, and then Subdivision Only, and Apply. Finally, let's just fill in the color and paint out the details. And that's how you can effectively use the Radial Symmetry tool for your sculpts. Hope you found this helpful. Stay tuned for more tutorials like this.